exactly as they've been in the past. There is just a little slope to climb at the bottom, and we go very slow over there. But when we arrive over there, after the tour in Herculaneum, we go this way and then we tour
She tours a lot.
He was like a mayor. He was a person. He did a lot of good for the city, from his pocket, he made the restoration of the theater, the Basilica, the Palace of Justice, so he did a lot of good. And when he died, people in Herculaneum were very, very sad, so the funeral pile was taken here, and the ashes were kept in the cemetery. Crossover, bird, and but this is so exquisite. And cherubs over there, but those are replicas, but on the other ones, we found just some chunks. No way, so you used to see something from the wild. Antonio Babbo was a man who developed for the city of Herculaneum. And this long description is about a lot of images that he gave. So the parentale were procession that you could do the death. It's in February. February means to purify. That's why it's the month. And so the parentalia, the visitor had to start from here, from this room. There must have been an empty seat in the theater to commemorate this gentleman. So many privileges. Now listen for me. If you turn around, can you see the scene? Can you see? Yeah, in your imagination, 2000, I mean, without imagination, 2000 years. You have to imagine that if you live over there in one of these villas up there, you would have enjoyed the view over the bay. The sea was right here. This was not, there was no here. This is the mud. So to give you the idea of how much was emitted from the crater. If you pay attention, you can see like three all the lines. And those are the many paraclastic flows that went one after the other, one after the other. 1 o'clock in the air, and after 19 hours, everything was over. So in 19 hours, it was fantastic. And this is the level, 20 meters, 60 feet, all right? Completely changing the destiny of these people forever. So if you live over there, you will enjoy the view over Capri, Ischia, Napoli, Sorrento Peninsula, boat sailing. It must have been beautiful. Now we walk up to this ramp, we enter, we live in 79, and we start our discovery. Piano piano. You can see some of the colors there, some of the colors with some color. This is original. So try to imagine how beautiful this house must be. That's a house of complete around glass. The entrance of the there. Usually the let's hold you in down the atrium. Atrium. The word roof. Top. Because it's just by hair. Can you see?
I said, is that what I think it is?
Can you see the phallic symbol down there? Can you see the penis? How do you call it? Willy, how do you call it? Phallus, penis, Willy, Johnson. That's not the only one. Can you find the second one? There is a one. There is a second one. Where is the second Johnson? You have a tear signora.
Check the board.
Here you go. See? You might wonder why. You might wonder why a phallic symbol in the girls section. Well, because phallic symbol in Roman times was not a symbol of sex, as we think today. You don't imagine how many phallic symbols they found in Pompeii, in Herculaneum. So many, that at the very beginning of the excavation, the main phallic that they had in 79, in 1738, you know what they thought? And this was the Indonesian guidance of Pompeii. They thought that Pompeii and Herculaneum were, but Pompeii more than Herculaneum were lost cities, like Sodom and Gomorrah. And what you read on ancient guidebooks, that they held for many years, they were there as a punishment. You know, the volcanic eruption was a punishment because Pompeii was a city of sinners. This would have been an ancient guidebooks of Pompeii. Now we know that phallic symbol was a symbol of protection. Romans were very superstitious. They believed in evil eyes, you know what I mean, the misfortune. And this is the medium through which you give a new life. So this was very powerful. That's why they place this phallic symbol. Also on the doorways they had little penis to be hanging in the chains. There is a collection of little penises in the museum. You see a window case with ivory, bronze, turquoise, coral, little penises. We are still very, very superstitious in Southern Italy, but now we kind of walk around with a penis hanging out chains. We are very tolerant about it. So you know what we did? We transform Roman phallic symbol into a little hot pepper. We call it cornicello. It's a little hot pepper. This is our lucky charm, but the origin is the Roman phallic, which is a way to gather heat. That's why you find penises in the little section. Now, what you had, I don't have to worry about, but some people do that. And then we go to the fifth diamond. You can see the balustrade. Okay. You can see shelves on the right. We found sediment of wine in the terracotta containers there. You see the second floor, you see the mezzanine, and you see terracotta containers stored to be stored over there. And if you see all the way up there, you can see the bed. This is the leg of his poor bed. So this gentleman lived on the first floor, so he had house and shop in the same place. So it was a wine cellar. And in some of these terracotta vessels, we found dried figs. So there was a trade of dried fig and wine. But now, take your time to take pictures here. I'm sure that you will be even more speechless than ever to see the mosaic in this house. We don't know the name of the owner. The house is named after the mosaic that you can see there, representing the god of the seas, you know, Neptune, and his girlfriend Amphitrite. Have a look at that. But this is really super. I bet.
Get in line and work your way on up, Joyce.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's funny.
Name of Bacchus or Dionysus for the wine. And this was indeed, this little shop over there was a wine shop, another wine shop. We don't have shelves as we have in the other one, but we have the menu here. Can you see? You can see 4 bottles and you can read ad cucuma, which in Latin means each bottle costs you and the price. A is part of the system side point, and you can read over here 4, 3, 4, 2. But I would like to draw your attention on the level of the wine you talk about. The level is exactly the same. So here we are not talking about quantity, we are talking about quality. So you can buy a very inexpensive one just 2, and for twice the price of before, you could have the best one, which was the Herculaneum, which is still today a very good wine. It is beautiful. When they made the restoration of this fresco, you know which is the technique that we use? They glue with vegetable glue, they need to go fabric, then they strip the glue. When they did it, they found another fresco in some painting. You see the little set there? You see there is a lower level with another fresco. You can read the head of the It's not very famous now, but a long time ago was very famous. You know when Augustus, the first Roman emperor, died? In Nola. Nola was a pretty big town at the time. There was and this is the last part of the novel essay. You can see the giant with the show. In the country, here we go. Then we got the and this was the times. Today we have this process one of the time we want to the land of painting. So they could paint over and over and over. And thanks to this habit, in Pompeii, we found layers of program of people that want to be elected to the election. After 7 layers, so we know a lot of names, would be magistrates of Pompeii. We have like 250 names. We didn't find a lot of names. Political election here was very quiet, probably. Probably in the game were already done. But in Pompeii, you know, people voted, oh, this, vote that, vote that. You know, it's such a confusion. Although very few people vote. Very few, just wealthy magistrate and freeborn women could not vote. Rent diggers could not vote, actors could not vote, guardians could not vote, a lot of people could not vote, very few could, but everybody could write and vote. The big, a lot of big statues, beautiful statues, which are now kept in the museum, were taken from this part over there, the tunnel, and there is a very elegant square with marble, so pedestrian probably, with big statues. They were taken from the tunnel and now they are in the museum in Napoli. The statue riding a horse. You remember when we stopped at the beginning by the picture of this gentleman riding a horse? This gentleman is not Leopardo, the tomb of whom we saw at the beginning. So there was the equestrial statue of this gentleman in this main square. And now you can see the statue in the museum. But I want to show you now the most elegant building of Herculaneum. And this is the reason why in this room there are two frescoes representing Hercules, which I will tell you right now. But what is Hercules? Part of the Augustates. This was a special political body in charge of the power of the Roman Empire. When Roman emperors died, they could be very high. They became a divinity. There was a funeral fire, and there was a process that they called apotheosis, which is the Greek for God. So they were just not into a god, and they had a temple. We had the temple of Athos, the temple of Spain, we had the temple of when they died. After that, then they could be dedicated. Or if they didn't behave, they could be on the contrary condemned to a process called damnatio memoriae, which is the total cancellation of the memory, which is to say that the status is broken, memory is cancelled, and this happened to Tiberius, Nero, Domitian. The Roman Empire when the last record was Vespasian. Vespasian was untied. When the Roman Empire was 79 days. But the first Roman Empire, the first human beings to be verified was Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, you know, was not a Roman emperor. He came to Europe, to the Republic of Europe. But we know that the statue of Julius Caesar was standing up here. Right? The second human being to be verified was the first Roman emperor, and his statue was standing up. So imagine when Caesar and the first Roman emperor. We never find the statue over there. Never. But we believe there must have been Vespasian, right? Over there, because Vespasian already passed away in 79. But what I want to show you here are the two frescoes, one on the right and one on the left. They both are representing Hercules. Hercules is usually represented with the cloud and with the lion skin. Over here, you can see Hercules with the cloud and the lion skin, while he is fighting against versus Herculaneum. They were both fighting to conquer beautiful young girl you see in the background. Her name is Deianira, who will be eventually Hercules' wife. But on the other side, that's very important, come over here, you can see Hercules again by two female divinities. Tell me, do you know the difference between a hero and a divinity? You know which is the difference? A hero is half and half. They were human beings, mortal. Divinities, immortal. Heroes, the union of a divinity and of an immortal. And they were mortal. So Hercules was a hero. Hercules was mortal. But he became immortal when he died. And we know that because you can see the rainbow in the background. Anytime you see the rainbow for the Greeks was the passage between this world to the Olympus. Rainbow must have been something amazing for the ancient people. I mean, it's still amazing for us. We know exactly the way it was, right? You know, we know exactly. And when we see a rainbow today, what we do, we go, wow, today, and we know exactly how a rainbow was. Could you believe to see the rainbow with the eyes of a Greek a long time ago? This was really the bridge between this world and the Olympus. So the rainbow means that Hercules became immortal. And this was happened to Vespasian. He was a human being, and he became immortal. So what you see there is the prefiguration of what happened to Vespasian. And if you pay attention, you see that on the top of the bed by the arch there is a crown and a wreath. So imagine the statue, the head of Roman emperor matching the wreath, creating like a color to underline his divinity. everything was perfectly organized. Don't miss the chance to see this mosaic plumbing this floor. This was the most expensive to afford. More expensive than the mosaic floor, because those are pieces of marble and each marble was very, very expensive. Mosaics that we saw so far were not very expensive because this was made with not very expensive stone, but this was very expensive. And you don't see floors like that in Pompeii. So this is where they would gather to pray Vespasian and to worship the Roman emperor. Another place where people would gather for another reason is public toilets.